Hi, I'm Miraj and you're watching Take It Out. Now, this week, Australia has banned social media for children under 16. It's a huge move. It has implications for social media companies and users around the world. Now, digitization has made deep inroads into our lives. In this week's episode, we're looking at, well, what started it, the calculator, apparently still not redundant and making a massive comeback. We're looking at robots that are doing things for us, well, things that are too dangerous for us to do, chores we don't want to do, or things that they can simply do better than us. Remember the humble calculator? It was Gen X's best friend. A lot of people don't know this, but it could do differentiation, integration. It could do a lot of very, very complex equations as well as simple mathematical tasks. Now, you would think that in this age of AI, the calculator would be redundant, but apparently not. There's something about the tactile business of pressing numbers on a calculator that has brought it back into fashion. It's growing. What I am wondering though is, why do I feel so good about this story? Go figure.
The humble calculator. From addition and subtraction to square roots and percentages, calculators were reliable, unflinching, and hardly ever made a mistake unless you press the wrong button. That might have something to do with why these devices refuse to become obsolete. Even in an era of artificial intelligence, where machines can solve complex equations, write essays, and even compose music. Japan's Casio has always been synonymous with calculators. It continues to sell millions of calculators every year, and apparently is still expanding to new markets. The secret to calculators' undying appeal has to do with ironclad accuracy. Unlike AI, they don't hallucinate and give an accurate answer every time. In Bangkok's Chinatown, vendor Thitinan Suntisapul swears by her trusty calculator. It makes transactions simple and clear for her, even across language barriers.
One
benefit of a calculator is that we can use it to press the numbers and show the customer. For example, if they are a foreigner who doesn't understand the language, or maybe doesn't speak English at all, or perhaps speaks French or some very uncommon language.
Calculators may not have internet connectivity or chat features, but they're optimized to do one thing: calculate quickly and reliably. The simple button press, some would argue, is easier and more convenient than switching to an app or AI tool. In many parts of the world, smartphones aren't everywhere, but calculators are. And their durability means they can handle daily use without crashes, recharges, or software updates.
I think the usage of a calculator might be more convenient. The ease of pressing the buttons for calculation is simpler and more convenient.
Calculators have something else going for them. They are tactile devices. You physically press a button for a number. The ease and speed of doing that, as opposed to composing a prompt in your head, is unmatched. Generative AI might be great, but devices that fulfill singular, focused tasks with zero quarter for error aren't going out of fashion yet. The calculator isn't going anywhere.
From rescuing cats, running household chores, and even 3D mapping a forest to support conservation efforts. They're bipeds, they're quadrupeds, they're humanoids. Robots are taking giant strides, aren't they?
Robots, humanoids, are different from AI in the sense that their abilities in the case of physical movement are still a long way off from matching humans. And yet scarcely a week goes by without news of yet another automation, accomplishing yet another human task. Or on the other hand of the spectrum, tasks that humans can't or don't want to do. This is Kaleido 9, a humanoid from Japan's Kawasaki Corporation, built not just to follow instructions but to think on its feet. Adapt to unpredictable situations and step into environments too dangerous for humans. Flexing its shiny fingers and turning its steel-framed body, Kaleido 9 prepares for a delicate task. It reaches over and gently picks up a toy cat, showcasing the precision and control built into its design. Meant for deployment in disaster areas where humans struggle to access, Kaleido 9 is designed to work alongside people, improvising and using tools just like a person would.
We aim to create robots that are robust and reliable for deployment in places where humans cannot work or where they need to work alongside robots. That's why we insist on human-sized robots. So existing equipment like fireproof suits and protective gear can be used without modification. Our vision is not about robots performing repetitive tasks in factories or improving precision, but about working on-site, improvising, and using the same tools as humans.
Kaleido 9 is totally capable of performing domestic tasks, raking leaves and throwing them into a trash bin. The design is deceptively intricate. Its hydraulic limbs are reinforced with steel framing. Sensors embedded in joints track balance and motion. Advanced programming allows Kaleido 9 to adjust its posture dynamically, negotiating uneven surfaces, debris-strewn terrain. It can grip tools, crowbars, stretchers, makeshift handles, and lift, carry, maneuver payloads with surprising stability.
About a year ago, humanoid robots were still very stiff and jerky. People couldn't imagine them functioning in real-world settings. But in the past 6 months, or even the last 3 months, the software has been rapidly updated, and now they can perform a variety of movements. So we wanted visitors to see what kind of movements are possible now. As part of that demonstration, we had it perform a dance. It appears to move quite fluidly now.
Robots are becoming important tools in the conservation of nature and the environment. In forests across Europe, machines are taking on roles humans could never manage. Animal, a 4-legged quadruped machine, is designed to traverse rough, uneven terrain. Equipped with advanced laser sensors similar to those used in autonomous vehicles, it can measure distances to every tree, reconstructing precise 3D models of their trunks, branches, and overall structure.
The robot that we're using in the project is a 4-legged robot that's called a quadruped, like a robot dog is what people might commonly call them. And they've been getting more and more capable in terms of walking over rough terrain, up hills, over bumpy rocks and tree branches and things like that. So it's become more possible to be able to use this kind of robot to walk around in a forest, and with our mapping technology to build 3D reconstructions of the area around the forest.
Its mobility allows it to cover several hectares in a single session, navigating leaves, rocks, and undergrowth without losing stability. Animal is built for long-duration fieldwork, capable of operating continuously in remote locations while collecting high-resolution spatial data. Its legged design provides superior balance over traditional wheeled robots, allowing it to climb small obstacles, adjust to variable ground, and maintain consistent sensor alignment.
With longitudinal measurements, so multiple measurements over different seasons, as trees grow, you can get a measure of the growth rate, and with the growth rate you can detect where maybe a forest is struggling or where there might be trees that are dying. You can also use this kind of 3D model to project or plan interventions. So if you were to knock down certain trees to protect the rest of the forest from, say, strong wind damage, or a forester actually planning which trees they want to knock down.
Powered by advanced onboard computing, Animal processes environmental data in real time, mapping tree growth rates, detecting signs of stress or disease, and identifying areas where forestry interventions may be needed. In Shenzhen, China, machines are not only learning to move, they're learning to engage, assist, and even entertain. Humanoids are performing tasks that were once purely human, from preparing drinks and serving ice cream to participating in games and helping around the home. These robots combine advanced sensors, artificial intelligence, and dexterous limbs to navigate complex environments. They can recognize objects, respond to human gestures, and adapt their movements in real time. Whether carrying items, manipulating tools, or interacting with people, their precision and responsiveness are redefining what machines can do.
I think robots will enter our households very soon. They could become the next smart product after smart cars, capable of handling household chores and even more tasks.
Some humanoids are designed to assist with household chores, capable of handling multiple tasks with remarkable fluidity. Others are built for social engagement, reading human cues, responding with appropriate actions, and even providing companionship.
I'm very surprised what robots here can do. I think it's very, very, very developed. And you are doing things very well and very fast. I'm very surprised.
From rescuing humans in dangerous situations to mapping the natural world and even assisting in daily life, the age of the robots is arriving faster than we realize.
This is a troubling story. How do you get children who've been traumatized by a brutal war to look beyond the seemingly unsurmountable realities of their everyday existence? How do you infuse hope in a child living in Gaza? There's a non-profit, it's trying VR headsets, and it's making a difference. This is a troubling story, and it says a great deal about the dystopian world we live in. How do you help children traumatized by a brutal war? How do you infuse hope in a child living in Gaza? Inside a white tent on a sandy patch of central Gaza, children are getting a glimpse of what most children around the world can take for granted. Volunteers with a humanitarian project called Tech Med Gaza give children a tour of the world outside the conflict zone on specially designed VR headsets. Green gardens, tranquil beaches, safe cities. Nothing extraordinary. But for children in Gaza, these might as well be on the moon. A child stretches his hands to clap. Another reaches out to touch a dog running towards him. I see birds, says a boy in a wheelchair. Mental health supervisor Abdullah Abu Shamale believes that these headsets provide more than a momentary escape.
Today, we are able to design through programmers games that have therapeutic, preventive, and developmental objectives aimed at enabling the child or helping them manage and improve their life significantly.
The children are survivors, some are injured, some are orphaned, but all of them are traumatized. A fragile ceasefire between Israel and Gaza has held, but there are daily violations and people are still dying. And the threat is very real. According to the World Health Organization, survivors of a conflict like this struggle with trauma, loss, and daily survival requires psychosocial support, which is scarce in Gaza. The volunteers say that the VR programs are designed to meet the physical and psychological needs of these children, hopefully to help them rebuild positive perceptions of the world.
They were accompanied through VR sessions, and when we integrated them into these techniques, they showed a very, very strong response and extremely positive results. Let's say that the speed of treatment, recovery, and reaching stability using VR techniques was faster than in regular sessions.
For children like 15-year-old Salah Abu Rukab, who suffered a head injury during the war, the headset gives him the opportunity to forget, even if for a short while, the travails of his life. Perhaps even a path to healing. In the middle of violence, destruction, and uncertainty, even about their own mortality, these children are getting a helping hand from technology to help reclaim pieces of their lost childhood.
We feel comfortable in it, we enjoy it, and through it, we enter a garden, we enter spaces with animals and similar experiences. It's nice.
Absolutely love this story. Bovines finally have a say at dairy farms. In Australia, there's a new robotic system that's been deployed. Cows can saunter in when they want, decide if they want to be milked, and when they want to be milked. Have a look.
On a quiet dairy farm in Western Australia, cows are calling the shots. They decide when they want to be milked. No farmers, no rush, no routine starting at dawn. And the secret? A new generation of robotic milking tech, powered by solar, batteries, and the cow's own schedule. A Holstein cow enjoys an afternoon snack while she's being milked, and she's there by choice. At the Mostert family dairy, the cows walk in when they feel like it, voluntarily, entering the system one by one. To encourage the visit, the milking stall offers a treat, a serving of high-quality feed that makes the trip worth it. Once inside, an electronic ID tag on the ear or neck of the cow helps the computer identify her, find out when she was last milked, and whether she's ready again. If she's not due, the gate opens and she's free to wander back to the paddock. No milking, no pressure. But if she qualifies, a robotic arm moves in, cleaning the teats, attaching the cups and milking her while sensors track the flow and quality of the milk. The system even monitors the cow's health data, milk yield, behavior and activity, giving farmers a real-time window into the well-being of the herd. The robotic milking setup uses the latest European technology.
We looked into the renewable energy with solar and batteries, mixed in with the robotic dairy. Those two matched very well.
The tech arrives at a crucial time for Western Australia's dairy industry, an industry that's been under intense pressure for years. Since milk deregulation in 2001, hundreds of family farms have shut down, the number of dairies collapsing from around 450 to fewer than 100 today. For many farmers, the biggest battle is labor. The physical, repetitive milking job that takes hours every day and is hard to staff.
If we can automate our most physical and our most routine job, it means we can focus on the cows and the pastures that need attention. So we've just redirected our labour.
Several companies now offer robotic milking booths in Australia, but the price tag is steep. A single unit can cost around $210,700 per booth. But there is hope for the future. The fourth generation of the Mostert family is already showing interest. High-tech robotics can't solve every farming challenge, but on this dairy, it is keeping a family legacy alive and keeping milk on the shelves.
The holy grail for artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, is whether we will be able to create a version of AI that is in fact a sentient being, that is capable of more than calculations, combinations, regurgitating the sum total of human knowledge it's been trained on. And that is acquiring more and more significance as we move towards a world in which AI is able to make independent decisions. Last week we covered these drones that could go and take decisions to bomb targets autonomously if their signal with their operator was lost. And this week there was a very curious news item about OpenAI releasing a statement about how its AI models are getting so advanced that they may be capable of carrying out zero-day attacks autonomously in the future, and that the company is building up its defenses to protect against such an eventuality. What really confused me was, why would the company issue a statement like that? If you have any theories, let us know. In the meanwhile, have a great weekend. Keep watching WION. Follow us on social media. Until next week, this is your host Miraj Shah signing out.